Hi there. If you're watching this video, it means you're in 7th grade and you are a remote learner only. Hello, I am Mrs. Speak and I'm going to be your ancient world history teacher this year. So, welcome. I kind of wanted to help you navigate your Google Classroom and also the website, so that's what this video is about. It's one of your assignments, so it shouldn't take too terribly long. It's only a couple minutes long. So let's get started, okay? First of all, let's get into your Google account. This is what you're going to do. So hopefully you can see my screen and you can see me as well. My camera is a little fuzzy. It goes in and out, so I really apologize for that. You're going to enter into your Google account. So I've got, my person is Polly McFake. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get into my Google account. Hopefully you remember your password. If not, you need to email me. I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. Okay, so once you get into your Google account, it'll probably pull up your Gmail. Okay, now this is going to be how you communicate with me and with your other teachers. Okay, now if your parents want to communicate with us through email, they will use a different email address. Again, I will show you that here in a little bit when we get to the website information. Okay, so you're going to go to your waffle up here in the corner, and you're going to get into your Google Classroom. Click on Classroom, and it brings you into a screen like this. Okay, there's a couple of ways. Now this is Polly McFake, okay? These are her classes. There's a couple of ways to join. Some of your teachers might invite you, like I have done here, okay? Some of your teachers will not have invited you yet. So if you see an invitation, like Period 1, Ancient World History, you're going to click Join, okay? If you don't see your class, let's say probably Mr. Pettit for science, I'm not sure he's inviting the online students. So what you're going to have to do is go up here to the top right corner where you see the plus sign, and you're going to click Join Class. Okay, it asks for the class code. You will get the class code from the website. So let's talk about the website. If you Google Sleeping Giant Middle School, okay, you click on it, it pulls you up to this, all right? And then it says, we have a new website. Click here to go to our new website. So click there. It'll take you and redirect you to the new website. Now, this is kind of our nice new website. It's very easy to navigate. You're going to go down to the learning portion. I want you to first see this help desk, okay? That is going to be very important if you have technological issues with your computer. There's different answers to all kinds of questions that you might have. But for now, we're going to 7th grade learning. So I'm going to click on that. Once I go down into 7th grade learning, then it brings me to the slideshow. If you go down here to the right arrow, it will bring you to your classes. There's Ms. Baker Math, there's Mr. Ra, PE Health, Mr. Tangden for English, Miss Booth and myself, we teach Family Consumer Science, and that's one of your electives. So some of you might have that class, some of you might not. There's 4 electives in 7th grade, and every quarter you do a new elective. Okay, so you should have a list of your classes from the school. They sent those out a couple weeks ago. All right, so here I am, Ancient World History Mrs. Speak, and it says, please click here for my website. So you're going to go ahead and click there. Now that brings you to my teacher page. All of those slides have links to the teacher's website pages. Okay. So here we go. Here is my teacher website. You can navigate this, please. That's going to be one of your assignments. But down here it says Google Classroom codes. Okay. Now let's say you're in my Period 4 history and I haven't invited you yet. So you're going to copy that code, okay, go back to your Google Classroom, remember where it said class code. And you're going to paste the class code in there. And you can't see it, but up here this blue box says join. We're going to go ahead and click join. And it says joining. And there it is. Period 4, Ancient World History. Yay! So if you go to this waffle over here in the corner, click on that, and then click on classes. It'll show a list of all of your classes. Again, we were kind of playing around with this. That's why there's so many math classes in here. But just notice that we added period 4, Ancient World History, and it's in there. Okay, so now you're in my class. What happens when you go to the class? All right, let's click on the class. Let's say you're in period 4. What you want to do is click on classwork. Ta-da! And that is where you're going to find all of your assignments. Now, I haven't added any assignments yet, okay? So that's why there's nothing in there. But this is Sunday. Tomorrow, when you're watching this, it will be Monday, and the assignments will be in there, okay? You are doing the same exact assignments that they are doing in school. The A and B groups are doing the same thing you're doing in school. All right, so let's go back. So that's Google Classroom. You should have all of your classes added by the middle of this week, okay, and start to do some of your assignments. Most classes' assignments will be due at the end of the week on Friday. Some classes might have different due dates, but I believe most of your 7th grade classes will be a week's worth of work, and assignments will be due on Friday. Of course, with it being the first week, this week is not going to be very heavy in assignments, but next week we'll start. Okay, so let's go back to our website. Okay, back to Sleeping Giant Middle School. Click on we have a new website, and then it pulls you up to our new website. Okay, look here. We have this taskbar at the top, and we have announcements. Okay, if I click on announcements, there's all the newsletters that are being sent out by our wonderful principal, Miss Hoagland. And then if I go to this Learning tab, it takes me to the same kind of navigation as on our home page down here where it says Learning. Help Desk, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. That's all up here too. Of course, you're in 7th grade, so you're always going to be clicking on that 7th grade Learning. If you wanted to know more information about our school, okay, you're going to go over here to School Information. Where it says Calendar, Bell Schedule. If you want to know some more about sports, clubs, office information, Counselor's Corner, Nurse's Corner, Infinite Campus. That's where all of your grades are input. This is for staff, so you probably shouldn't be clicking on that. Staff directory, meaning all of our names, and then a list of all of our websites. If you go back to the home page, you'll see this SGMS Help Desk. Okay, hopefully you will be a Google Classroom expert and you'll have your computer just working just great. But if not, and you're having some issues, click on this Help Desk. All right, this Help Desk is wonderful. Our teachers spent a lot of time over the summer creating this. We have up here our navigation bar. First time G Suite users. Okay, G Suite is Google Suite, which includes your email, your Google Classroom, and all of that. Useful tips and troubleshooting FAQs. Okay, again, all of this stuff is here, down here. So tutorials. Let's say you need help with getting into Google Classroom and you wanted to watch a video. We'll click on tutorials, and look at. You've got this part that says Google Classroom. You can watch a video on how to access Google Meet, accessing Google Classroom. Perfect. That's what I would watch right here if I was having a hard time getting into Google Classroom. Here's a video on how to join a class. Okay, how to log in. There's a parent guide. There's all kinds of information. If you're having trouble with Google Sheets, you would go and find your problem down in this Google Sheet section. So let's go over these sections. Chrome, Chromebook, Drive, Slides, Sheets, Doc, Drawing, Classroom, Jamboard, Meet, Sites, and Keep. Okay, I know a lot of those you're probably not going to use, but if you do have a question, that is a great place to find it. All right, if we're back here at the help desk, and let's go to useful tips and see what it says. All right, staying organized, useful tips, and study skills. So those are good, useful tips for you guys. All right, back at the home page. Whoops, let's go back to the help desk. And this is a section that I created, troubleshooting or FAQs, frequently asked questions. This is more for computer troubleshooting. What happens if your computer isn't working? Well, here's a couple of tips to try those. Okay, frequently asked questions. What happens if your computer won't turn on, or if it's frozen, or your internet's slow? Okay, look here to see if the answer is there. To see, try these different things and see if that helps. Okay, this says Google Classroom issues. We'll keep adding to this document too. So again, you can check here in the FAQs for any kind of Google Classroom issues or help, or you can check back at those tutorials. All right, so I think that's all I've got, and I'm very excited for this year. I know it looks a little bit different, but it's still going to be a great year. One more thing I should show you. How do you get a hold of your teacher? Okay, if you go back to home on the web page, the home site, okay, Sleeping Giant Middle School, and then again you go to 7th grade learning, and then remember the slideshow with all of your class slides. There are links to the teacher websites. Well, down below it says 7th grade teachers. Here's all your teachers right here, and the subject that we teach. And then the Livingston District email. So that's what your parents would use to email us, okay? And then the SGMS Google email is right here. That's what you would use to email your teachers, because you are an SGMS student, and you also have an email that's first.lastname at sgms6through8.org, 6-8.org. Okay, so if you have any questions, use these emails. Use the SGMS Google email. Email your teachers, okay? Let us know what is going on, and hopefully we will get the chance to see you in class at some point. But if not, keep focused, okay? And do a good job. And always, always, always contact your teachers if you need some help. All right, talk to you later.